It is up, everyone. This is Captain Eon speaking. And the thought I'd like to share briefly is about a case of the melted heart. This main idea is really being taken from verses 26 to 28 of today's treatment. And I'm guilty. I am guilty of the very same things that God's people did after He brought them out the wilderness. And I'm guilty of the very same thing that caused them to have to wander in the wilderness and not get to see the promised land. And unfortunately, the root of this, from what I can gather, comes from rebellion. Rebellion against God's command. Rebellion against heaven, etc. It's rebellion that actually got Lucifer kicked out of heaven. And it's very dangerous. And yet, I don't believe I fully comprehend the gravity of it. I was actually doing something and I just can't quite seem to do it right. And I had made up in my mind that, you know what, based on the previous experience, I'm gonna make sure just to get her done, so to say, by any means necessary. So I still did reach out and kind of let the situation be known. And during this exchange, I believe it occurred twice, that instruction was given ultimately to not do what I intended to do. Subsequently, what I actually did. I disregarded the word and I went ahead and followed through, on what I felt is to get her done. And I felt a bit proud of myself because, even though I did it my way, I tried to still take the other parties into account. But after the fact, I began, questioning my decision. I hear a lot of times, leaders will say, they don't question their decision. They don't live with regrets. They make the decision and they stand by it. I guess that shows that, I'm not that. I'm not that. And just thinking about this and being in this state, it really is melting. And especially here when it talks about the people of Israel, when they heard the bad report, how their hearts melted. And my mind tells me and my heart tells me, and I like to believe that I don't want to be rebellious. I would like things to go smoothly, so to say. I would like to be in submission to God. I would like for Him to be pleased with me. And yet in these times when I feel like I'm not accomplishing that, there's a sort of melting that takes place within me. And to be honest with you, sometimes, or a lot of the time, if not all the time, I don't really know, how to correct it, how to improve upon it. Because it seems like, there's I think ultimately, to stay with the text, it seems wilderness-ish, like a wandering. But regardless of my actions, my feelings, my thoughts, the truth still and forever remains that God is worthy to be praised. And so today I choose to thank Him for all things. Jesus, your name is blessed always and forever, Lord God. And in some small way, my heart becomes strong. Caption this. SRxun